Alligator boots, Stetson on the roof, jumping off that bus. I ain't talking school. Harleys in the drive, couple Chevys too. Fuck a number one, we the hardest too. Yeah. Butter like cocoa. Chevy on the block with the peanut butter polo. Yeah. Looking like a hobo, shirt like a rag, but a low-key mogo. Yeah. Funk by the boatload, trunk full of knock and a fist full of Rolo. Yeah. Show sold out, got a video on deck, but I put her on hold though. Yeah. Got nowhere to go, no, ain't nowhere to go. She running out solo. Yeah. Got her tied up like a rope though. She saw me in the lights like a po-po. Yeah. She was looking so-so. Took a hit in the creek, she's so-so. Yeah. Took another shot, had to throw her in the Jeep. I was playing for the keep like a goal
You mad at me about something? Yeah. I don't know you nothing. No. Standing on the edge of a cliff that you can't climb, quit bluffing. Take a dive in these dangerous waters, we too deep to be touching. Gonna come out cussing with your head busting till your mama check for concussions. I don't mean to be aggravated cause you hating on me, got me agitated. I'm the last one that should be isolated as a sellout because I finally made it. Same guy for the money, same goon with the bag. Check the stripes, you know I sacrificed to get all the shit that I had.
Alligator boots, Stetson on the roof, jumping off that bus. I ain't talking school. Harleys in the drive, couple Chevys too.
Yeah.
Fuck a number one, we the hardest too.
Is it shallow if I'm talking deep pockets? Going back to rapping about my street topics. Plug, baby Johnny Socket, ending up back on that court docket. No, not me, no, never that. Unless you shoot first and I'm shooting back. Came from the flame, but I grew from that. Used to be on fire, now I'm a cooler cat. Don't get confused, I'm still a carnivore. Answer back with more than what it's calling for. Better hang it up before it's off the hook. Get your car cleared, that's an awful look. All it took was a taking nail. Now your mama crying, gotta make a bail. We all love to win, but we hate to fail. You fake as hell. Scared to break a nail, oh bitch shit, can I get a witness? Heard you knew a few whole crew be snitching. Hit you with your own fist, hit your bitch, now she telling me all of your business. That slick shit you be rapping. As my kids say, you just capping. I'm Paw in a short bed with a long mag hanging at the ass of this dragon. Ain't sad to say that I'm happy. You mad to hear that I'm good. You upset with my upset only cause you wish that you could. Alligator boots, Stetson on the roof. Don't be dying over nothing. Baby, we the living proof.
Alligator boots, Stetson on the roof, jumping off that bus. I ain't talking school. Harleys in the drive, couple Chevys too. Fuck a number one, we the hardest too. Yeah, I took 3/4 out of my back pocket, bought a rubber just so I could say out loud, motherfuck, all of you fuckers. Pick up a brick and I kick it through windows, send it through individuals, standing against it, I'm a criminal. Fuck up a syllable, fuck up a black and pen and new licking and sick and clocking the shit, gotta go get a crew. The plunge them out, water them down, flush them out. Bitch ass rapper, what you talking about? Got a bunch of rider boys that's jumping out. My box Chevy pumps, I'm steady crunk, I'm ready pump. Bitch, speak your mind, I tell you what, boy, I'm a nut. Just like a cone drop from a pine out in my zone, yeah. I'm a 9, yeah, that's a prime. I got some clones, but not a swine, no, not a pig, no, not a one up on this rhyme, boy. Cut your teeth, boy, I'm a wolf, boy, you a niece, boy, you a sheep, boy, you a cheap source of the meat, boy, you the beef. I just popped a Zenny ball, drank 2 shots of and we call Poppy like an athlete, chewing air, tappy jaw.
Hold me down, Gloria.
Popping off, point or more to at your broad. You ain't gotta run, homie, but you better take your main squeeze, baby. Please, bitch, please take hold. Alligator boots, Stetson on the roof, jumping off that bus. I ain't talking school. Harleys in the drive, couple Chevys too. Fuck a number one, we the hardest too. Alligator boots, Stetson on the roof, jumping off that bus. I ain't talking school. Harleys in the drive, couple Chevys too. Fuck a number one, we the hardest too.
Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are, right? Listen, I have an authentic question. Well, more so, what's up, everybody in the chat? Yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. So Donald Trump is set to be arrested Tuesday, all right? And there's really just one thing on my mind right now it's got to be the most anticipated arrest in recent history, right? I mean, come on. Every camera in the world's going to be there. Every video camera, every news agency is going to be in New York City on Tuesday, baby. They're probably already arriving, all right? They're probably already arriving. But listen, I have an authentic question, and I don't think this is reaching, and I don't think this is too far out of TMZ's scope or peer view, whatever. Harvey, you are a lawyer, sir. We want to know. The people want to know. To pay or not to pay? To pay or not to pay? Will Donald Trump get to wear a toupee during the time of his mugshot when he is arrested in New York on Tuesday? Will Donald Trump have to remove his hair or no? People really want to know. Can someone get a message to Harvey, please? Can someone at TMZ please let Harvey know that the people have a question? All right. We really, really, really want to know. All right. There's a couple of y'all that follow me on Twitter, so I'm streaming this over there in the hopes. Listen, this is anticipated. I can't begin to tell you. Tuesday, I'm going to be up early. Wait. Listen, there's a reason why, all right? Donald Trump is he's getting older. He's getting older as time moves on. You know, he's becoming an older man. And nothing wrong with becoming older, all right? I'm not knocking that. But come on. He says it's real. Donald Trump says he doesn't wear a toupee. During a visit, you know, on a trip, there's been a couple of times where his toupee almost came off. But again, he says he does not have a rug up there. He's not wearing one. So he says he's got a nice full head of hair. And, the only question is, during an arrest, don't you have to remove everything, right? I mean, I remember back in my younger days, I had a little run-in back in the day, and they made me take everything, right? Don't you have to take, like, bras off and obviously you can't take fake nails off, but, a toupee? Couldn't a toupee be used to cause an incident? Isn't that a security concern? Oh, my goodness, look. Donald Trump's hair is lifting up. It looks so thin. It looks so thin. Oh, wow, it moved. Oh, maybe it's got some Aquanet. There may be some hairspray in there that's kind of keeping that little piece, that wing right there. Wow, it lifted up. Wow, the whole thing just kind of lifted up together as one unit. As one unit. It's one unit.
Yeah. Would anybody like to inspect?
He may have the most famous head of hair on the planet and the most.
Okay. I'm being petty right now. Sure, I'm being petty. Is that okay with y'all? Is it okay if LeakYou's a little petty tonight? Is that okay with you guys? All right. I don't want to come with any serious content tonight. And this is serious. No. This is serious. All right. Emmanuel, this is serious. Teresa, Kelly, and Gloria, this is beyond serious. Dab and Beast 420. I like your name. Yeah. Oh, wow. No. Not a mega. No. I thought I had it. I thought I was going to make one stream without a MAGA lover up in here. Why? Dab and Beast? I love your name. Why? Why? Why do it to yourself?
Now, what's up with
Why do you
Donald
do
Trump's
it to
hair? Is it real? Is it his? Just
Look how
what
it-
is it?
She actually pulled
Feinberg,
it.
senior reporter for the news and gossip website.
She
Gawker,
actually
thinks
pulled
she's
it.
Finally solved the mystery.
People have sort of wondered about his hair forever, really.
Well, listen. It's the petty in me, but it's the real truth, okay? It's the real truth. How many of you all want to know? How many of you is that the one thing that's running through your head is to pay or not to pay? And if it's not, I hope New York is going to treat him like anyone else. So if anyone else is arrested in New York,
To Gawker,
do they
Trump's
gotta
legendary
take their
hairdo
toupees
is
and wigs
actually
off?
a weave.
Does a woman have to remove her wig when she gets arrested? Don't they want to see your whole face without all the fake shit?
Created by Edward Avari, a hairstylist who charged his clients a whopping $60,000, then another $3,000 every 6 weeks or so for maintenance. This is how the process looks, basically weaving hair into what's left of the client's existing hair.
The salon was located on the 25th floor of Trump Tower in New York City. According to Gawker, it is impossible to gain entry to the floor unless you have a special security escort. And guess what? It's the very same floor where Trump keeps his private office.
What makes
His
Gawker
private
think Trump
office?
has a weave? Watch what happens when his hair is caught by a gust of wind. See how his hair blows up as if it's all one piece? That's not what natural hair does.
You see in kind of pictures, people catch Donald Trump off guard a lot in the wind. His hair will sort of blow
As a
if it's
unit.
sort of like one entity and not really a little hair.
We talked to hair restoration surgeon Dr. John Frank. In his opinion, Gawker may have it all wrong. He doesn't think Trump has a weave.
It
Ooh.
just looks like a comb over.
Really?
His hair can grow very long in the back, and then he can in the sides, and then he can take it and just wrap it forward. So it's a wrap. It's a comb forward.
Not the rabbit arms. President Mejia.
My hair, it's mine.
Shout out to President Mejia in the house, man. What's up with you? It's good to see you.
may have the
What
most-
you got rocking tonight? If y'all haven't had an opportunity, y'all get over there to Roll a Mile Investigate, okay? Our resident murderer here in the LeakYou community. I'm so sorry, Gloria. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I figured you wouldn't mind, but I'm so sorry. I apologize, Gloria. Gloria, do I need to sing to you to make you feel better, Gloria? I'm sorry. Okay. But shout out to Gloria. Get over there. Check out her channel, okay? We also have President Mejia in the building. All right. Salute to you, sir. Is that Bad Company? I think of that 80s song, right? Didn't they have a band called Bad Company too? Oh, yeah, New Mexico in the building. I see you. Yeah, but back to the hair thing.
Famous head of hair on the planet and the most mysterious.
Now, if it is hair transplants, Teresa, it may be that maybe he's tried them before and they didn't take.
So now, what's up with Donald Trump's hair? Is it real? Is it his?
Look how he puts his head.
What is it? Ashley
It's a
Feinberg,
piece.
senior reporter for the news and gossip website Barber, thinks she's finally solved the
Ooh.
mystery.
Shout out to Anonymous in the building.
Wondered about his hair forever, really.
According to Gawker, Trump's legendary hairdo is actually a weave created by Edward Avari, a hairstylist who charged clients a whopping.
I want to get to the rabbit part again, not the rabbit.
Little hairs.
We talked to hair restoration surgeon Dr.
It's
John
a
Frank.
comb over.
In his
Just a
opinion,
comb
Gawker
over.
May have it all wrong. He doesn't think Trump has a weave.
It really
Comb
just
over.
looks like a comb over.
Really?
His hair can grow very long in the back, and then he can in the sides, and then he can take it and just wrap it forward. So it's a wrap. It's a comb forward.
Whoever thought a candidate's hair would cause such intense debate?
My hair, it's mine.
Oh, it's yours, all right. It's yours. All right. So the question becomes, all right, here's the question. By legal standards, by legalities, by legal requirements, all right, would Donald Trump be required to remove any sort of toupee or wig device, okay, if he was arrested? And more specifically for the mugshot, that, oh my God, if I could just get it 10 seconds before the rest of the world, if somebody in New York City could keep Leak You in mind, tips at LeakYou.com or LeakYou at LeakYou.com, you could just keep me in mind. And TMZ, don't y'all try to pull none of those clock moves. All right. Writing posts saying they were created 4 hours ago. All right. I want the exclusive on that mugshot. Watch it, y'all. They're going to put it out at the same time. You already know, right? But no, like seriously, let me see if there's any kind of rules written about this. New York City arrest, wig removal. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so they do force you to remove a hijab for arrest photos. So I want to know, okay, they no longer force women to remove that. Wow, really? Wait, there's a guide? Oh, wow. Okay, great. Hold on. NYC PD patrol guide. Okay. So search of arrested persons. Hold on. I want to see though the mugshot. Okay, so there will be a strip search. Wait. This is the arrest general search guidelines, okay? This is the official documentation that I'm reviewing at this time, okay? It doesn't get any more official. So, this was issued on August 1st, 13. This is right off of the New York City, what is it? Yeah, nyc.gov, all right? So, to maximize security and to minimize potential hazards to the arresting officer, the arrested person and other department personnel have following guidelines or are published for information for all members, who service the frisk field search portion. So a frisk performed primarily to ensure the personal safety of the arresting officer is a methodical external body examination of the arrested person that is conducted immediately after apprehension to find weapons, evidence, or contraband. The frisk should be conducted before or immediately after the subject is rear handcuffed, depending on particular circumstances, temperament of the subject, and escape potential. Now, we know Donald Trump isn't like he loves, okay? He loves cheeseburgers, all right? He wants that McDonald's double stacker. He wants that double cheeseburger from Mickey D's and Burger King. He loves that kind of food because when he was growing up, all he had was, Japanese Wagyu A5 steak every day. He ate high on the hog, right? So when he gets a little piece of Pizza Hut in his mouth or a Mickey D's cheeseburger, which has got to be one of the most disgusting cheeseburgers ever, all right, in life, he enjoys that food, very much so. Almost the way I enjoy a White Castle when I'm in Colorado. Excuse me. Back to, okay, so the, if an unusual, it says that a thorough external body examination is made by sliding the hand over the subject's body. Ooh, if it could just be my hand. I'd put razor blades on the tips of my fingers and I would hide them. And I would just, let's see, what else here? Feeling for weapons or other objects with special attention to the waistband, armpit, collar, and groin areas. If an unusual object is detected, the officer will reach into or under the clothing to remove it. Does that include the head? That's going to include toupees, right? So, what about the search at the police facility? Well, upon arrival at the precinct of arrest or other department facility, the arresting officer, if he/she is of the same gender as the prisoner or another designated member of the same gender as the prisoner, shall conduct a thorough search of the prisoner's person and clothing to ensure the safety of all persons within the facility and to remove weapons, contraband, and evidence not discovered by the frisk. Other items lawfully carried but that are dangerous to life, may facilitate escape, or may be used to damage department property will also be removed from the subject. Now, a search at a police facility, which is not the same as a strip search, includes the removal of outer garments such as overcoats, jackets, sweaters, vests, hats, wigs, Per New York City guidelines here, it says that at the police facility, before the strip search even commences, outer garments such as overcoats, jackets, sweaters, vests, hats, wigs, ties, belts, shoes, socks, handbags, and wallets will be removed. All pockets are to be empty, and all clothing not removed will be examined by grabbing, crushing, and squeezing the garments and by sliding the hands across the body to detect articles that may be underneath or sewn to the clothing. He's going to have to spread those cheeks. He's going to have to spread those cheeks. In order to achieve a balance between the privacy and personal dignity concerns of arrestees, the desk officer or supervisor supervising a search at a police facility shall assign a uniformed member to conduct the search as follows. In situations where an arrestee's gender is not immediately apparent, or an arrestee objects to the gender of the member assigned to perform the search, the desk officer or supervisor supervising the search will assign a uniformed member of the gender requested by the arrestee. Consistent with officer safety and resource availability, consistent with the privacy concerns of the arrestee, only those officers reasonably necessary to conduct the search should be present for the search. And under no circumstances shall members of the service conduct searches for the purpose of determining gender. Additionally, officers shall not ask questions about an arrestee's anatomy without a reasonable basis for doing so. This is under PG 203-10, public contact, prohibited conduct. I always wanted to do that. Let's get to the strip search part. Per the New York City Police Department, we are at nyc.gov. We know that wigs have to be arrested, or they have to be removed, all right? But let's talk about the strip search, please. The strip search portion. A strip search is any search in which an individual's undergarments, bra and underwear, and or private areas are exposed or... I'm so sorry. Sorry. and irony just flooded my brain then. I'm so sorry I got sidetracked. There was a moment back in, I want to say 2016 or 2017 when Stormy Daniels, I called her Stormy Monroe the other day. I don't know why. Stormy Daniels, the woman who's at the very center of why Trump's even being arrested, talked about Trump's member. Said it, No, it's really funny when you really think about it. Just the fact he's being arrested, right, for a hush payment scheme to try to pay the lady off, because he didn't want her to ruin his chance to become president, but then he becomes president. That still was not good enough. Yeah, she said he was like a little boy. But the strip search, okay, that will include the individual's undergarments, including bra, underwear, and or private areas are exposed, or in which an individual's clothing is removed, lifted up, or pulled down to expose undergarments or private areas. A strip search of a prisoner may not be conducted routinely in connection with an arrest. Strip searches may only be conducted with the knowledge and approval of the arresting officer's immediate supervisor or the borough court section supervisor. A strip search may only be conducted when the arresting officer reasonably suspects that weapons, contraband, or evidence may be concealed upon the person or in the clothing in such a manner that they may not be discovered by the previous search methods. I have no doubt Donald Trump's lawyers will be successful in avoiding the strip search aspect of it. I do. I have a feeling, they're working on his arrest. They're working on the details of it, right? Now, but we just want to know what the rules are, right? What are the rules, right? Now, if a strip search is conducted, such information has to be entered into a command log, an activity log, and also documented in an online booking system arrest worksheet or the arrest report supplement. A subsequent strip search will not be conducted unless there is reasonable belief that the subject has acquired a weapon or contraband. The arresting officer requesting authorization to conduct a strip search must describe the factual basis for the request to the officer's immediate supervisor. A supervisor will authorize a strip search only when an arresting officer has articulated a reasonable suspicion that the individual is concealing evidence, contraband, or a weapon. Other factors that should be considered in determining whether an appropriate basis exists for a strip search include the nature of the crime. Is it a serious violent felony? Arrest circumstances, the subject's reputation. For example, are they an extremely violent person? Do they have acts of violence, unaccounted hits, or magnometers, or walk-through metal detectors, and any other discovery or information from previous searches of the same individual or others arrested with him or her? Under no circumstances should it be necessary to touch the subject's body except for the examination of the hair. Under no conditions shall a body cavity search be conducted by any member of the service. I can't believe they had to put that in uppercase letters. Ooh, it's like they've had way too many of those come through. If pursuant to a strip search, any object or foreign material is visually detected within any body cavity of the suspect, the desk officer will be notified immediately. The object will not be removed without first obtaining a search warrant. Did you all know you had these rights? Did you all know you had these rights? Once the search warrant is obtained, members of the service must seek the assistance of a medical professional in order to remove the object. So the hair, the wig, if it's a wig, has to be removed per New York City Police Department guidelines here. So will we all finally get the answer to the question? Because it clearly says here, right? A search at a police facility, which is not the same as a strip search, includes the removal of outer garments such as overcoats, jackets, sweaters, vests, hats, wigs, ties, belts, shoes, socks, handbags, and wallets. Will that also apply to the mugshot? I swear. I think Donald Trump. All
right, so there
was at a campaign rally tonight, I believe. I believe he was at a campaign rally. 1 second. Now, here's my question. If he gets convicted, right? If he gets convicted, you think Melania will stay with him? You think she's going to stay? Or do you think she's going to go back to Russia? It always was kind of weird having someone who could barely speak English as the first lady in the White House. I'm just being honest. I want anyone to speak on this, literally. The Young Turks, anybody. Like, we really want to know what will happen if it is a comb over. I mean, they're not going to make him like comb his hair any specific kind of way, right?
Have you seen the video?
Mary Trump is going on the attack today.
He's utterly incapable of leading this country. And it's dangerous to allow him to do so.
Mary Trump told George Stephanopoulos she has only one word to say to her uncle.
Resign.
She was challenged on an explosive claim in her scathing new book about the Trump family that President Trump had a friend named Joe Shapiro take his SATs for him in 1964.
How do you know it's true?
I trust my sources.
She admitted she has no firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident. She wasn't even born when it happened. Inside Edition tracked down 3 former classmates of Trump's at the military school he attended.
Could President Trump have cheated on his SATs?
No. It was a closed society there. It was a military school. Nobody from the outside could come in.
The teachers that are handing out the exams were standing by the door and checking every one of us that went in.
Peter Tickton has written a book about their school days, What Makes Trump Tick.
I know that Donald Trump was there, and I know that there was nobody else there pretending to be Donald Trump. It's just not a possibility.
Mary Trump says the president's pugnacious style was shaped by his father, Fred, who she calls a sociopath.
Certain feelings were not allowed.
Like?
Sadness. The impulse to be kind, the impulse to be generous.
The White House has denounced Mary Trump's book as filled with lies. And is President Trump making America gray again? His trademark blonde mop sure seems to have been replaced by silver gray during a briefing in the Rose Garden yesterday. Here are the 2 styles side by side. Yet today in the Oval Office, his hair seemed blonde again.
Mr. President, great to see you again, sir.
Thank you.
The Supreme Court, this big deal, Roe v. Wade, the Supreme Court now authenticating that draft opinion by Sam Alito. In essence,
I just want to know.
Mary Trump is going on.
I just want to know. Oh, why are we
Meet
so
Donald
fascinated with
Trump's
his hair? I
barber.
don't know.
Adrian Wood cut President Trump's hair for more than 20 years.
What does he tell you in terms of how he wants you to cut his hair?
He's very specific. He'll say, you know, cut here, cut here, cut here, and you start trimming, and then he would say, oh, that's enough there, and then you go here, that's enough there, and that's the way it is with him.
Trump's hair has been a subject of fascination forever.
I don't wear a toupee. It's my hair. I swear.
But only his barber knows for sure.
We only cut around the edge. We never cut this part of his hair. This part of his hair, he takes care of
Gino.
himself.
Of particular concern to Trump
Wow.
is his bald spot, says the barber.
In order to cover that up, it takes a lot of work. You know, I mean, you really have to know what you're doing.
A photo of Trump sitting on the barber chair and posing with the cast of season 1 of The Apprentice still hangs on Wood's wall.
Longtime customers here actually get their own mug with their name on it. Check this out. Here is Donald Trump's.
Wood says Trump was so appreciative of his haircuts, he once gave the barber some great real estate advice.
Donald Trump said to me, he said, you better get off the avenue. He said, because the rents are going to put you out of business.
And Donald was the one that said, go on the second floor.
Go on the second floor, and that's it. He saved me. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, we would not be in business. I can tell you that.
Man, I don't know, guys. It is a burning question that so many have. And I think it's normal because we are so fascinated regarding Donald Trump and his hair. It's just normal. I love these inside stories, though. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's it like serving at Donald Trump's beck and call? Anthony, you were Donald Trump's butler for quite a long time. How many years did you work for him?
Almost 20, I guess.
Oh, the stories former butler Tony Senecal has to tell. Like when a young Mr. Trump and first wife Ivana had 4 butlers waiting on them.
Jeez.
Hand and foot.
After Mr. Trump and Ivana got a divorce, we were going over to his room one night, and he said, Tony, do I need 4 butlers? I said, as long as it's me, Mr. Trump, you only need 1.
Wow.
He said, get rid of the other 3.
Senecal says those reports that Trump gets by on very little sleep are all true.
Man sleeps maybe 3 or 4 hours the most a night.
That's it.
That's it.
Because he says that now still
It's
today.
true.
And a lot of people don't believe him, but
it's true.
You would know.
Witness.
According to the butler, Trump is a man of many moods. There's the kind Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is one of the nicest, most generous men that I've ever known in my life.
And then there's another Donald Trump who could lose his cool at any moment.
He'll go off. He'll scream at you. You stand in the corner just seething. He's already forgotten it.
And what are the things that really get on his nerves?
People being late. He hates anyone to be late. He figures if he can get there on time, everybody can get there on time.
And when you do arrive, you better be dressed to the nines. Senecal says Trump doesn't tolerate sloppiness in others or himself.
His suit had to be pristine. And one time I took it down and they like wetted it so that the lapels were all forward, and he flipped out. Just flipped out.
When it comes to great steaks, I've just raised the stakes.
The butler says Trump is a picky eater. He likes his steaks and his burgers, and he likes them well done.
I was pretty much, Tony, bring me a cheeseburger. And it was, and don't forget the ketchup. If it's vegetables, he doesn't want to see them. So that's pretty much it. He's a red-blooded, meat-eating American, you know.
Senecal says he's fond of all of Trump's children. He was there as the 3 oldest, Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric, grew into adulthood.
You mean American Psycho.
I mean, beautiful children. And look what they've grown up to be. Unbelievable.
And get ready for 9-year-old Barron Trump, the youngest with wife Melania. The Butler says Barron may be more like his father than any of them.
Barron was 2.5 years old. I took his breakfast into him. He was sitting in his high chair, and he looks at me and he said, "Tony, sit down. We need to talk."
Barron says this.
Barron said it, 2.5 years old. Blew my mind.
Jeez. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. We'll see what New York City has to say about all this. I'm out, guys. Until next time. Thanks to everybody who came through. Me just throw my little commercial up in the mix here. Shout out to the Leak You community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
How many times in the last decade or so have we described a political development as historic, unprecedented, never seen before? I've lost count. And this week, the norm-busting impact of Donald Trump on our body politic may have reached its peak. On Thursday, we learned that he's the first president ever to face criminal indictment. And as we come on the air this morning, that twice impeached former president, also under criminal investigation for trying to overturn an election he lost, is now his party's top candidate for the White House in 2024. With statements of support from 6 governors, 26 senators, the Speaker of the House, and 63 other House Republicans. That's where things stand right now, 2 days before Trump is scheduled to surrender to authorities in Manhattan. We'll analyze all the fallout this morning. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky starts us off. Good morning, Aaron.
George, good morning to you. This is going to be an historic and just unbelievable moment for the nation as someone who once occupied the Oval Office walks the same dim courthouse halls here as thugs and mobsters and petty criminals.
2 days from now, the defendant in the people of the state of New York against Donald J. Trump will surrender to face about 24 criminal counts, an extraordinary and jarring moment for a country divided by partisan disagreements. The first indictment of a former American president was handed up not for election tampering or inciting an insurrection, but for allegedly doctoring the books when accounting for hush money paid to a porn actress, arranged on the eve of the 2016 election by Trump's one-time fixer, Michael Cohen.
I mean, this is a man who held up the Bible and said he's never apologized to God because he's never done anything wrong. He doesn't understand accountability. And right now, Alvin Bragg has finally put that into his lap.
The investigation is focused on whether Trump disguised his reimbursement of Cohen as ordinary legal expenses. The specific charges are sealed until Trump appears before a judge. That is expected Tuesday, when the former president is driven from his Fifth Avenue apartment to the courthouse in Lower Manhattan, which for days has been surrounded by metal barricades. The NYPD and the U.S. Secret Service have already choreographed the appearance. Trump will not be handcuffed, but he will be processed as a criminal defendant before walking down a 15th floor hallway for arraignment. The floor was sealed off for days in advance.
You know, we'll go in there and we'll proceed to see a judge at some point, plead not guilty.
On social media, Trump has taken aim at the judge assigned to the case. He has attacked the Manhattan District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, and summoned his supporters to protest. None materialized so far, though police are bracing for them. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is advertising a rally for Trump on the day of his arraignment, and authorities are monitoring a surge in online rhetoric calling for violence in response to the indictment.
Trump is not going to be here at court very long. As soon as his arraignment is over, we're told he's going to head straight to the airport, fly to Florida to resume his campaign. George, should this case go to trial, Trump could be here for weeks, right as he tries to seek the White House again.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.